away from the crosshairs of these players of Victron NG. Speaking of which, Hans Shield now drives by right next to the rest of Alter Ego Esports. And here comes Octa, closing in really closely. He's all alone though, so he's gonna be a 1 versus 2 battle, but he's not gonna stay put. There is gonna be cover fire coming from Alpha. What a bait that was coming from Octa to open up this fight against BTR.
Yeah, and everyone wants to take a piece of this high ground around the area of prison, and with that one knock, it's a signal to go in. Hanchu fires back. He's pretty low himself though. He got that one knock, but then again, he has to take the time to reset himself. So the teammate Leon Punk is currently knocked down. Alpha 7 doesn't have a good angle on the other side because Sticks, which just got knocked down by Hans, and now it will be all in. Hanchu on the other side. Jump shot with Bison by Alpha 7. Now he puts himself on the lower ground that allowed Hanchu to counter back onto Alter Ego, eliminating them, and BTR, NG are the kings of... Gets knocked down by Refuge, the final member of Four Medical Vibes. The other players of Harami Bros who need to follow up, but Range will be eliminated by Refuge himself. That's going to be a 1v1 fight between Federales as well as Range, and Federales will not lose that fight. The Filipino Terminator is in the game.
Yeah, we finally get a glimpse of action coming in from Federales, and he definitely wants a whole lot more. Despite Harami Bros only having 2 members left, look at the haul of nades being thrown towards the side of BTR. He's holding it down. He's got that QBZ as well as DBS setup. As he exchanges for an M4, rightfully so. We've seen how sharp this player could potentially get, and now he's going to take the fight up to the rest of Bigatron.
Yep, all alone though, so he has to be extra careful. 1 DBS and probably another rifle there, but now it's going to be a close quarters combat with Gen Force. Federales tries to fight back. He got 1, but the jump shot followed up very soon with Boy Chill taking out Harami Bros number 9 with 1 elimination.
Well, that was a good last stand at the very least coming from the side of Federales. Now, Bigatron gets to open up a whole lot more room to play out. Balak on that grenade could be able to put a dent to the defenses of Roy Esports, but these smokes are not really giving him weight at all. That toss actually does chip out a little bit of the health bars coming in from the side of Porsche. It's already 5 Bigatron members that have been able to at least secure those big pointers out there, and Falk does connect that nade. Now looking for Tuss, he gets a glimpse of it. I believe they spotted each other up, but that nade was perfectly cooked, and my guy coming from ASI8 is just gonna be able to receive that perfect 10-pointer doing so.
Wow, past the window to score that elimination. That was beautifully done. Let's see, will Bigatron Knights pull off a beautiful one against ASI8 now? Now that they pulled the trigger onto them, they managed to get Red Devil though. Satai the one to knock him down, and that's going to be the signal. Oh, they got a second one. Okay, here we go. UZM will be the next one to go down, and Falak now need to defend against Bigatron Knights.
Oh, this is going to be tough. I don't think there's time to reset, but Falak, he hides right behind the doorways, and Asap did not check. But there you have it. At least Atar's going to be able to cover some grounds over the back as Bigatron Knights, they take over the shacks. And plenty of space for the rest of Bigatron Knights here to work with over the south side.
Secret.
There's a little bit of wiggle room for these guys over the north side, but for Bigatron Knights, once they sorted out that battle, now they find themselves out there in the open. Still having some vehicles. Shouldn't have too much of a pressure for them to move inbound. Speaking of which, Bagas tries to crash right through. Now, which Bagas is this? We got Zuxi as well as Luxy. This could be either one, honestly, but he's already tossing that grenade, seemingly to be Zuxi, to be on that push. Gets that knock as Nepeko is down on the ground. So this is going to be tough without that flank angle coming through. Oh. Here comes Genfos and the rest.
Whoa!
They will arrive to the scene with Genfos taking down Snake in a blink of an eye.
Nice rush in there by Bigatron Knights. And with that, RRQ eliminated number 4 with 2 elimination points. Now they managed to get a good compound within the circle. We're down to our top 3 teams. 2 from Indonesia. In fact, 2 of them are from BTR and 1 from Team Secret. From
space to run around with. And with all that presence coming in from the north corner of Lake, BTR could easily send a couple of grenades if they still have some resources left in their backs. I like how disciplined these two sides of BT are when we take a look at how they have approached this end game. It's very methodical, very little risk to be taken out here, despite this being somewhat of a scrim, but you definitely want to show up huge, especially when you're coming from the BTR Academy team, to maybe get a spot in the main roster.
Yeah, that's basically their resume, right? If they're able to come out big against their brothers here from the other side. I mean, it's 3v3 if you only compare the two BTR teams, and you have Team Secret in between, the both of them, as a duo with the middle of the circle and the compound. So far, perfect spot for Team Secret TF. But looking at the circle, they have shifted both BTRs, but someone needs to move.
Definitely will have a little bit more of a wiggle room for the Lemon. Nades are now being sent towards the side of GK as well as Break. Team Secret holding on to their bunkers, but for how long is the question. Sagas now within the nades, also getting spotted out. GK tries to trade right back. I'm just really surprised that coming from such a tiny little angle, he would be able to at least squeeze some damage through. Speaking of which, Break, he gets a knock around Leon Punk. So that's not going to be an easy task for the rest of NG to go in for the rescue. Well, shots also connected, coming in from downtown. Only one bullet being sent towards Jen Frost's way. So it wasn't exactly too difficult for them to deal with right now. But hey, this is definitely taking a while before they settle the scores. And Team Secret, which side will they have to focus on? Because there's some just by the shack, and the rest coming from Yasnaya.
Yeah, so this will be the question, right? Who will want to make the first move? Nobody's really willing to. As we can see that, probably because of the theory, like what we mentioned, is that who makes the first move will lose. And the last team that makes a move will come in as the third party. So that's why everyone's like really, really cautious about this. Well, they might be forced to move again because the circle will close in about 8 more seconds and we'll be into stage number 8. And I'm pretty sure by then, both BTR teams might not get the circle.
And of course, just to get confirmation, Bagas is Zuxi. Yeah, I assume it to be Zuxi because of the play style where he just rushes forward. Meanwhile, Luxi usually is either pretty much a little bit more of a support or even the long range coverage kind of guy. And here we go. Smokes now being set right in. Break as well as Jiki will be breached as the nades are being lobbed right into the window. Almost catching on to Break, and he's already burning out. What a knock coming in from Satar. Doesn't really have to look, and Satar is definitely out for blood. Trying to hunt out for Jiki, but all these smokes are giving him a little bit of trouble to seek them out as well. It's just going to take about a couple of seconds as Satar will be able to secure both of these members of Team Secret. And now it's the battle of the finals between both Bigatron sides.
BTR versus BTR, ladies and gentlemen. This will be the resume for the Academy teams. But Hanjo knocked out by Satar. Nice long range nade. There's no way that Hanjo can be saved. And looks like the big brothers have the upper hand right now. It's going to be a 3v1. Sticks trying to fire back. He is the final member of Bigatron NG. And they know exactly where he is right now. Genforce will come from the other side. And now he needs to switch over to a DBS to the close quarters combat. He will win the 1v1. 2 more to go for Sticks.
Now he's just going to go in to secure the point. Stick, he is definitely revealed by the corner wall. Zuxi will definitely mark his location. The problem is, Stick has got nowhere else to go. The zone now closing right in. Perhaps the best idea is just to deny that point from falling to the hands of these members of Bigatron Knights overall. Zuxi's just buying a little bit of time. There is supposed to play in within. It's 1 versus 1. Drawing to a close. There's still a nade to be tossed right in. Sticks, he might not actually spot this out, and it might just land. Doing some chip damage as it goes in for that spray down. Zuxi putting that pressure on this newcomer, and Satar is gonna make it rain from above.
Okay, we go. Sticks. He's able to pull off a big clutch here. If he's able to win this 1v2, then that's a signal that the coach will need to put him in on the main lineup. But we're talking about him going up against players like Sata, players like Zazi. And if he can pull that one off, it's going to be huge for him. Okay, he moves to the airdrop. Let's have a little bit more space, a bit more cover here, thanks to the airdrop as well. He tries to manage 2 players at the same time, but the nade will be lobbed across on the takes a bit of damage, down to 40% of health left. He does have 7 frags though, but will he be able to expand all of them? Oh, blinded by the stun grenade, and the rush here will come in. Sticks down pretty low, left, right, and there is no way he'll be able to survive that. Bigatron Knights takes home the first chicken dinner.
That was a beautiful win from Bigatron Knights. Not an easy task for them to claim this chicken dinner. We saw how aggressive these players are on the field. Initially, it was Aegon IA at that as well. While Formico Vibes hunts out for more as they do knock another member out there. This one coming from FaZe Clan, while exchanges are happening right through these field side. Roy Esports also intercepting as well, as that is ASAP coming in from the rest of Bigatron NG to also be knocked right out in the open. All these players really do smell blood, and they will take claim. Alpha next want to be knocked out there. If we take a look at the feed, well, we have Roy Esports being a little curious. Perhaps they want to get deeper into the position to also join in the party.
Well, we have Range here going up against Alter Ego. The other players of Harami Bros around the corner as well, but Range is going to hold the front line. Nades will be set across. Federales, a bit of elevation for him. He's going to take this off angle onto Alter Ego, but Alter Ego, they got the first hand here onto Harami Bros. Harami Bros still without the ego, without the circle this time. Circle shifted towards the left, so this fight needs to end.
Definitely needs to be wrapped up. There's still a tough reach for them to really get those angles off. Range, though, however, tries to see if he could just go in for a big wrap around. It's going to be the Rosemary that will be cutting right across, as he will just go head to head. Range actually gets a little bit of supplementary shot coming in from Federales, and he's able to seal the deal as well. Oh, this is a big fight won by Harami Bros.
Oh, it absolutely is. Up against Alter Ego. They only lost Happy in the process, but they still maintained 3 of their players to wipe out Alter Ego. But Alter Ego is not done yet, though. We got Hans for you here. Final member of Alter Ego going in for the chase. And he wants to try to seek revenge. Okay, he sees one. It's going to be Downs. Okay, not sure if that's a new player or, as usual, one of the players just changing their name. But anyway, Hans now up against a Range just right in front of him. And he will be sent across on the Hans. Hans will do the rush, trying to avoid that nade. At the same time, puts himself in the close quarters combat with his opponent. But shots come in from the other side. Now he does have a good clear shot off Range, and Range will punish him for that.
Yeah, this was beautifully executed by Harami Bros. Take a look at that. They gotten so many points out of the effort. They took out the entire squad of Alter Ego. And it wasn't just all about Federales. You saw even Range. He really went in to rack up those points to be secured. And that was the last stand for Nebeko running out of the open like that. Will be easily spotted by Musi. So far having those 2 points, but my, what a showing it has been for the PMCL champions.
Yeah, so far so good for them, as they currently pick up 5 elimination points. And soon they'll be picking up placement points as well, because we got only 10 more teams to go now that we're in stage number 3. Long range by Apex on Formidable Vibes, putting back pressure onto FaZe Clan, telling them don't come here because we are king of the hill.
We do have a lot of area of coverage up here in the north, doing just about enough to really force the rest of FaZe Clan to wrap the far side over onto the eastern corner map. While doing so, somehow Nine Noise actually catches onto Nuzi, getting a beautiful headshot. It's been 3 eliminations so far for Nine Noise.
Ooh, and that's going to be Vampire Esports losing 1 player, now playing as a trio. Nine Noise looking for more though. Vampire Esports on the other side, but still Vampire Esports, they're on the inner side circle. The circle will definitely shift in a couple more seconds, And Vampire Esports not have the advantage against Baseland.
Yeah, they've been getting all these angles, but they're also wide out in the open. Now down to Venturis, I do believe, that's trying to stay afloat. Well, that's actually not Venturis. Meanwhile, over on the side of Vampire Esports, they should get this easy picking on the outskirts. Speaking of which, there we go. Schweppes confirms it. 3 points in. Vampire is absolutely gating out the rest of FaZe Clan from moving right in. The classic battle between some of the Thai Titans continues on in this format. While Flukif, on that last game, looking sharp as ever. He had to find a point, but we have known that this man has been super impactful in most of the games that he plays out for the entire squad of Vampire Esports. Whereas, realistically, what could FaZe Clan do this time? Zones closing in, barely any region to work with. I believe there's also close to no vehicles for them to also make a wraparound. There is that golden sports car that they could just hop right in, but it's going to be a little rather risky.
And Vampire Esports still locking them out. Playing without Tony K though. So far so good for them. And all they need to do right now is just wait. But they also need to be aware of the presence of Falcon on their right. But even Falcon is interested to try to take out FaZe Clan.
Yes, they do. There we go. Falcons, like you said, spots out their movement, forcing FaZe Clan to play by the blue zone. It's definitely going to hurt their chances moving inbound, but there's definitely no way that they could actually move away from the crosshairs of Team Falcons if they were to journey their way directly from that area of play. So they try to take the safer way round. While Icy sees Schweppes. It's about time he opens fire. Yes, he does, but the sprays does whiff a little bit. Connects a couple of shots. As we will see more of all these resources to be spent towards the side of Vampire Esports as Murder goes in for that direct push, getting an insane spray. And they should be closing right through, but they should spot out the rest of Vampire Esports on the lower ridge too.
And here comes the push here. They do have the high guy advantage. Baseman still not out of it just yet. And Murders, aka Top, will get a double knockdown back-to-back, eliminating FaZe Clan at number 10. They take home 7 elimination points in this round, but the fight's not over yet. Vampire Esports on the lower ground. Stone will toss his nade across. Stone takes a bit of damage, immediately retreats back to the house to reset.
Wow, what a spray that was. Back towards Murder. You sprayed that through and smoked as well. Now Vampire Esports have to play this one very defensively, being spotted out by Murders. Still going for the push. Still seeing some shots coming in from another different alternate angle. And this doesn't look easy at all. There's 9 more teams, but somehow this feels like it's the final 3 remaining for some reason. And Icy will just preemptively cook up that nade to try to squeeze it through the windows. Might be able to actually catch on to Flukif, but he's actually pushing up the hills. So it's definitely going to be a tough one to land. I see now expecting them to make a run across these corners. Murder's also holding on to another angle. I honestly don't see a way out for these members of Vampire Esports unless they get that opener shot.
Yeah, and just because it's all these big name teams, right? That's how it feels like the finale. But it might be the finale for them because the circle shifted away. Team Falcon is still not letting go of Vampire Esports. I see with high ground advantage. The smoke is blinding him though, but Top comes in for the fight to get one knock on the Stone. And now it's going to be the final member of Vampire Esports, Fluke! And he got taken out. I mean, it was on the lower guy. It was tough for him anyway. Team Falcons comes up on top.
Yeah, good fight coming in from Vampire Esports, though it is an expected outcome with the Team Falcons really not letting them off the hook at all. So, very clean plays coming in from Falcons as they are currently with 6 points, moving up the charts right now. Ever since that FaZe Clan have also crashed out slightly early, while their big brothers only have 1 player left. Murders, and it still goes in for more. This time challenging Federales and actually winning out that trade. Wonder what happens there. But Murders gets spotted out. Range tries to give a little bit of a trade right back. That thing goes a little too fast for them to actually do too much. Unless it Murders goes in a wraparound. Great prediction coming from Range, but shots fired back. This is actually coming in from Team Secret.
Ooh, a long range there to get the knock, but not able to secure the elimination point yet. Perhaps a Top aka Murder will want to secure that one. Yes, he will. He'll take it out of range. And he has made his appearance here. He needs to save Icy though, but at the same time, he needs to manage the two remaining members of Harame Bros. Now, Icy is bleeding out with about 10% more of health. And he goes in for the pickup there. He has to make this quick. Federer is closing in on to murder, aka Top. And Top jumps. Top, 10% of health left. He will not lose this fight. Beautiful 1v1. Even though he only has 10% of health. Now it's between Top and Federeras. Oh,
he's absolutely on the rampage. Meanwhile, on the outskirts is Apex here, stealing the spotlight away from Murders. But oh boy, for America Vibes, now they get a lot of entry space into the zone. Now looking for the final target. They've heard all that ruckus and will go in to try to take down Murders. But we've seen how much he could have actually done. They got to really respect this fight up against him, though. Pushing for 1 versus 3. Will they actually make a miracle run against For Miracle Vibes?
Oh, man. 1v at least 2 for now. And they're closing on him. But looks like Arrow decided to okay, I'll just take a point inside the circle while you guys finish off Top. But it's Top we're talking about here. He's able to pull off a clutch. Circle did move away from this warehouse. And Top being shot at. Now the 40% of health immediately heals up. 2 more first aids left after this one.
And he's playing this with so much caution as well. The only problem is the zone is going to be shrinking towards this area of the warehouse. And that member of For Miracle Vibes is holding him to the doorways. Taking up close and personal. Great jump shot. And even better recovery coming from Murder. Apex now getting taken down. Another member of For Miracle Vibes also being knocked. This could be a good opportunity for Team Falcons to eventually close it up. But Team Secret, they got plans of their own. They want to be the one to take down Murder. Murder so far on a 7th street. Looking for number 8. Insane, incredible spray down, but not enough, as that is BTR to take them down.
And the fact that Top could survive this long, it's amazing if you ask me. I mean, there were so many teams wanting his head, but he's still able to fend them off and finally went out. But still, Falcons, they scored 11 elimination points before they were eliminated. So that is impressive myself.
Yeah, Top, impressive as always. And you saw all these teams try to ego challenge him. He wins those trades. It was unreal, very surreal. While we still have 4 to go. Roy Esports right now closing up against a member of Boing Donkey. Is he going for the nade exchange? Reza will run the other way round. Plus misses the opportunity. Well, this could still be a very decent chance, but they will definitely have to consider all the spaces that they need. And as I do say that, Boing Donkey unfortunately goes out with 0, but they do have some placement points at number 5.
Well, without the top 4 teams right now, and the music is up, ladies and gentlemen, at stage number 6. In about a minute, 10 more seconds, we will see where the circle will go at stage number 7. So far, Roy will stay clear of the other teams, and Roy is the only team with full squad, so they have a good chance of scoring this chicken dinner. But we have movement up north. I believe it's from Team Secret. They're spreading out within the middle of the circle, trying to push back all these teams to the corner.
They're definitely garnering a whole lot of back control right at this very moment. Secret, surprisingly, they've lasted so long with these 2 members after those big battles that take place inside of Los Leones. Esports now unwilling to wait much longer as they're hoping to choke out the rest of Team Secret. Secret now being spotted out. That bullet being sent his way. So as now holding by the outskirts. This is not going to be easy at all, but so long as they can stand tall, there's still some time to be played out. Porsche got caught out by Aero from the other sector of the ridges.
By the player, For Miracle Vibes now being shot at. Gotta be extra careful. He does have his buggy to give him extra cover, and now he will take time to heal up. Lots of teams around him. Shunas will be the next one to fall. This side hands on Foxy on BTRNG. Circle. That's three with BTR, but the nade came from across. And guess who it was? It was Sticks, who came up with a grenade elimination of the 2K.
And they're once again having that same form of consistency moving into this final tree of the battle. Bigatron NG is definitely up for the task. I'm glad at least I put Bigatron up there, though it's actually on lights. So here we go. Stitch might be able to actually find a decent push up against Team Secret, and I want to commend on Team Secret. This is also another round that they've been consistent moving into the top three. Of course, with a new one joining in the top three, that is Roy Esports, that now currently taking that battle up against Voxy. The other two members rock up towards the longhouse, trying to challenge Tuss. Smoke's now being popped right in. They do have plenty of deflates to work with. They can take their sweet time. But here we go. As Sunwest tries to give a little bit of a helping hand, but quickly gets seeked out by Hanjo. So it's only down to one member left inside of Roy Esports, and Stitch will sort it out.
Well, Team Secret make it into the top two, an improvement from the previous round, but BTRNG still consistent as well. Let's not forget about them. Now it's about wrapping up the chicken dinner. So far, Sticks will be knocked down by Soas. This could be the opportunity to go in. And yes, they are moving in. Break will be the first one to arrive into this compound. Soas will play the support role behind.
Very clean so far from Team Secret. The mids being exchanged 1 for 1. Well, there's plenty of time to go in for the pickup, but seemingly enough, Voxy is not gonna go and secure that. So Soas gets his chance, claims that point. So it becomes an absolute 2 versus 2.
Yes, a 2v2 is going to be equal right now. But when it comes to map control, it's going to be Team Secret. Look at the spread. And we still got stage number 8. Very likely they'll get the next piece of the circle. And yes, they will. And this time, the ball is on BTRNG's court on how they want to overcome Team Secret.
I guess what Team Secret has got going is that off angle right now, which Break now taking that challenge and wins the duel. Have very little help to work with Hanjo now getting started out. 1 HP left. He's wondering where exactly is it being fired from. So West now gets a little bit of the upper hand, but he's running out in the open. This is going down to this 1v1 duel. Secret versus Bigatron NG on top of Toss right in. Forces him out of position, and they're just ringing around Rosie. One's going to be able to get those resets off. I believe that he's going for that revive up for Voxy. This allows room for the side of Celeste to go in for the push. This could be a decent opportunity, but the revive should be set right through. It could very well be a 1 versus 2 at this very moment. Yes, it will be. And now, Hans dealing with the DBS. Back to a 1 versus 1.
Voxy.
Shot fired. And this
Voxy.
is a recovery. BTRNG. They got the chicken dinner.
Well, BTR back to back, technically that is. And this time it's going to be BTRNG, the Academy team.
Trying to pull out all alone. While, yes, to just hold it true with also some help from Rosemary from the outskirts as they try to seek one member out of STE through the smokes. Unable to actually find it, but some damage has been done so far. Boys still feeling very, very confident to take them on as they will have that tag team duo rushing right through. Han secures it.
Giro is one place for STE to be eliminated. STE now only 2 players left. And Alter Ego, they're looking for the other remaining members. Sanchez is on the other side though. And Fearless on the other building. So they're quite spread out right now. Alpha 7 sees exactly where Fearless is at. Waiting for backup to arrive. He does have a micro Uzi. One of the better weapons to use in a close combat situation. But not really going in yet. Okay, now the close is clear. Gets down to the building. Probably going to rush on to the 2nd floor. Okay, he knows that he's in that room though. Micro Uzi, first spray. Immediately reloads. And now he will focus back on the Sanchez. Or maybe he will try to hold out Fearless while his team is finished up the job. But Hans knocked out by Sanchez. The follow-up has happened here by Rosemary. Rosemary knock as well. Wait, double knockdown back to back.
That was crazy. He was just hugging the corner wall, and right now, the rest of these Alpha members tries to go in. Burst fire coming in from the M16. Sanchez now seeks them out. It's only down to Elva. 1v1 with that micro Uzi while he's got that M249 to do all the damage possible.
Oh, man. This could be a big comeback win here by Stalwart Esports. Sanjay is able to pull off a... I mean, it's a choice now for him. M249, his bullets are not that many, though. But inside of position... So, okay, back on Sanjay. Okay, Sanjay gets one. Taking out Rosemary. 2 more to go. The blue is putting pressure onto them. Sanjay does not have any first aids.
Yeah, he's just basically relying on his sure firepower. I still want to see if he could actually get this crossbow done, but he does not really have those bullets left. And there you go. The typical shotguns through these doors. You want to commit to this fight and settles for up against the final member of DX. Lambo comes up ahead, now down to a 1 versus 1.
Oh, Lambo's pretty low as well. Range is pretty healthy, 80% of health. If this nade is able to chip out the health of Lambo, he'll be knocked out and out. But no, not yet. Lamborghini has that space to heal up. Back on the 80% of health with his trusty S12K. Reloaded. Now he's preparing for the final fight against the Filipino Terminator. It's the legendary Lamborghini against the new kid on the block, Federales.
Trying to actually close the doorways. Trying to shred it right through. So technical, so tactical as well, coming in from 2 of the very finest from each region of the Southeast Asia's champions of their own rights. Crusader, champion of Vietnam, trying to do as much as they could. Trying to wiggle a little bit of that spacing, but how long more can they actually play out here? I'm looking at Lambo. He's already down to 3 first aid kits. He's trying to close the distance here up against Federales. Quickly he goes to wiggle all the way to the back. I wonder if Federales could still track him. Yes, he does. Steps now being hurt. The exchanges goes through. And it's all down to that final shot. Federales hits the mark on the head. And Harame Bros wins out that trade.
Oh, and now they can be considered, well, it's a 1-0. So to a certain extent, it's them calling themselves the king of the Jinky. But Roy Esports going up against one of the Bigatron teams here in this area. And this is going to be Juke from the side. And that Bigatron team in front of them, I believe it is Bigatron, well, Bigatron NG, I guess. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell because the logo is exactly the same. But nevertheless, now Juke cooking up his name. Junos is knocked down, and there are also other teams around this area.
Plenty of teams, as a matter of fact. Those nades now sent towards the side of Voxy. It will clip. Juke perfectly sorted out that member.
We say hello to the blue at the same time. East, we run over by Fnatic from RRQ. RQ so far in control of the situation. They are on the closer side of the circle anyway.
They definitely are. But there's just so many of all these players out there still tagging onto each other. Top still finds another one. Staples on the streak, but he stops the streak happening from the side of RRQ. No Mercy now spots up top, so that's going to be another trade right back there. As these 3 teams continue to battle, Roy Esports trying to defend up against the rest of BTR. Juke now with grenade. Same goes to Zuxi. Tries to get a little bit of that entry space. Nate's now falling downwards as he will look for that basement for him to hold out. I think that Zuxi is already known. And here goes. Shots being fired, but the nade perfectly cooked by Juke. Finds himself a tiny little room. Going for the quick recovery while Suno has covered him for the time being. Looking for the hole into the basement. Unable to get in. These BTR members really held the doors. Here comes Juke with another nade. But oh, the timing was perfect.
From the back. But the fight's not over though. Okay, we have Stone here coming in all alone with the SLK. He tries to get a member of BTR, but from behind, it was set up from Void. Actually took him out to help out BTR.
Backstab after backstab after backstab. And now Satar absolutely blinded off. That could have actually been a good moment for Leon going for the push, but he's absolutely respecting the space. He does not have any idea at all. The moment he steps right in, Satar has already got the angle for himself. He should be able to supplement Satar. He gets it. He gets to also quickly clear him off. So I don't know if Custom wants to go in for a challenge 1 versus 1. he will bide his time, and he can go in to restock quickly with all these dead bodies on the ground. While Satar says, okay, close seems clear. Maybe it's time for me to get out.
And Satar now popping up those smokes though. Just to cover his back especially. But I don't think he'll be able to exit. He has to win the fight somehow. Okay, Satar fires. Oh!
What? Through the smoke.
Immediate elimination through the smoke. That is okay. It's okay. At least it's a early rest for Vampire Esports tonight. While Harmony Bros will claim Picado all for themselves.
That was exhilarating. I love every single moment of it. And this is going to be the second time that we are looking at the PMCL champions to be winning a trade in an Irving setting. But that being said, it was mainly just Vampires doing their thing till they are fully weakened up. So I want to see that full squad strength between Vampire Esports versus bullshit. Again, here comes Alliance though. As you voted for them, they show up strong. 2 points already for Kasih. Is that his
Ross and Jimmy goes in for 3.
Well, 3 eliminations now. I mean, he's on the roll, but hey, someone wants to stop him. And the other members of Alliance will need to come in. We got Flex here together with Jimmy OP. He should be able to be revived as he crawls behind this wall. At the same time, the elimination feed continues to roll with BTR Knights in a fight with Roy.
Interesting fights taking place all across. And that's a big Nate coming from break. While the rest of these members of Team Secret seems to be scattered onto multiple locations, spots out flags. Leon Punk up to something as Porsche gets taken out. Whereas Action now strikes onto some members of BTU.
Now it's only predictions. I8 is still in the game.
And as a matter of fact, I8's doing really, really well. 3 points at, oh boy, gets spotted. That Pan can only save 1 tap, but RRQ, they've been in the great form so far. Just trampling on all these members of Falcons out of nowhere. And that forced East to literally wrap around the eastern side of the map. So, that being said, this circle goes even further down south, where no names get to even claim the rim of the circle right now. Fallout now drops into the nade up against the rest of DX, and this is where ASI is also getting marked.
What?
Chua couldn't really respond in time. He was holding on to that grenade, couldn't really switch it up, and Fallout, he adds 1 more to the table. 5 points for ASIA.
And looks like one of the BTR teams have been eliminated. I believe that's going to be BTR NG out. But we got Falak here. Oh, wait a second. Did he just nade himself?
I think so.
He did. Oh, he did, Falak. Oh, no, not in that situation.
Trade up against the rest of RRQ Ryu on the outskirts of Picado. Now, finds themselves on the outskirts. Docker might be able to actually secure all these points out there. Might as well do so while the rest of RQ is being kept busy. For Miracle Vibes with the upper hand in his battle, as they will have the big wraparound from the ground floor, infiltrating from all corners. Not many spaces for him to actually run and hide. Look at that member, is only down to 1 HP. And I'm not too sure if they could actually hold out for more.
Yeah, the zone will be on top of them real soon anyway. Stage number 2 it is. Tarzan just got eliminated. That means that D-Xavier is out at number 8. Nade by Ruthles onto the second floor, hoping to secure at least that elimination point, and he will get no mercy from that Nade. Snake is the final member for RRQ from a chicken dinner to now a solo player. Doc is now down on his knees, though. The other members of 4 Medical Vice comes out to the second floor, and Ruthles will land the final blow. 3 out of 6, so that's 50% chance.
Ooh, look at that angle. Range with another pickoff. It's just so impressive that, you know, today Range has really stepped up to the mark of really matching up to speed of Federalis. Rosemary now comes into play. Oh boy, this is going to be a tough one to dodge, but for some reason, that BTR member will be able to hold all the way through. Once again, it's 2 of the finest of Indonesia, Zuxi versus Rosemary. This is definitely a battle to behold. Ace of now Spot through the smoke. Rosemary goes down. Great shots fired there by Bagas, also known as Zuxi. But Boing Donkey also having a commotion in a row. Everyone's inside the smoke. Alba now pulling in the middle of nowhere.
Alba. Oh, he's still spawning inside the smoke. And finally spotted out by Satar. And Alba will be eliminated out to Eagle out number 6, 1 elimination point. As for ASI8E.
Find themselves in a decent space, and as a matter of fact, they don't really have to move too far off. I believe they spotted out the rest of Rame Bros while they are advancing up into this church side. What will Federalis do up against 3 members of BTR? They heard those engines roaring. Federalis respecting that space. Any form of misstep from BTR, that would be a good catch to make it an even fight. For now, I'm just playing it really smartly.
While Federalis taking his time at the corner, he knows that he's alone, so he'll be outnumbered by the members of ETR. But he kind of have an idea that Federalis is there though. Cooking up his own nade. Satar is going to rush in with the UMP. Okay, second time cooking around by Federalis. 3, 2, 1. He will lob it across. And it did not connect onto anyone, but it gave away his position to his opponent.
Oh, they're running around checking the compound, but nothing to be found. Federalis might actually follow themselves through those staircase. Another nade now responded from the side of range. This could be going real good for the side of Ramen Bros, so long as they mark those angles.
Oh.
There we go. First drop, one traded out. Federalis down. Only down the range, but they could not secure anything more. BTR, they triumph, and here comes the rest of Boing Donkey. Aegon I8 or ASI8 is actually still in this matchup, but it's only down to 1 member left. And there you go. Bexy drops it right through. Satar goes down, and Zuxi soon to follow suit. Now down to high game. He does connect that grenade, but is he going to be able to hold out? Boing Donkey looking for a potential win. They have to settle the scores here with their predators right there. Not much left in the tank, and they still have all 4 members. But the question now is, where is Red Devil? Here he is, as they arrive to the church. Now that is a little awkward, considering the fact that, you know,